I love ramen, always have. I mean, it's delicious, but at the same time, there's a lot of perfectionism. I feel like it's a real art form. I'm a big fan of doing one thing and doing it really well. It's really about how can I make an impact in the city that's been home for me. So I make ramen. I moved here from India when I was 12. And I think Dubai, even back then, felt so multicultural and so diverse. And food is crazy in Dubai, very authentic, just people making incredible food from different parts of the world that you have access to. I always loved making food for my friends and family. I was just experimenting with food a lot. I kept going back to ramen, coming from a culture which is about like noise and chaos and color, going into something that was so minimalist and so process-led. You don't put a bowl out because you think it's good enough. It has to be your absolute best. And I liked that. I get a lot of my ingredients from various places, whether it's fish from the fish market or my spices can come from the spice souk. And of course, a lot of my ingredients also come from 1004 Gourmet.
We started in 2008 as a small shop to serve the Korean community. And as we saw more and more foreigners come in, we saw an appetite for Thai, Japanese, Chinese food. And we gradually started supplying hotels and restaurants around UAE. I've known Neha for 3 years. I was following her on Instagram and she was asking for a specific ingredient, yuzu juice. And I just happened to have a sample. I knew that it would be a huge challenge for her to make a perfect bowl of ramen, but a group of us went to her house and it was one of the most impressive ramen that I had, in my life. One of our friends suggested, why not have her ramen in one of your parties? So I think that's how it all started.
20 people rocked up and I made ramen. And then those 20 people went and told other people, and that's it. It was word of mouth, and then it was over 6,000 people to date that have come to the house to eat ramen.
The food industry is in a constant state of flux. So when coronavirus happened, Neha couldn't do her supper club anymore. When Neha came up with the idea of a cooking kit, I thought, why not commercialize it? And so I had a friend who had a restaurant that was not as busy as it used to be. Why don't we try and provide more people with our food, because everybody wants to try our ramen.
The ramen kits were always my end goal, and because of the way things happened, I had to just accelerate that process. So I thought, why not launch So Good Noodles now? My end game was always to create an institution. I wanted to have people make themselves my ramen in their kitchen exactly as I would have done it for them. Chang is so instrumental to what I do, so he's kind of been a partner in all of it. He's an amazing source of support for the food community around Dubai.
I work with a lot of homegrown brands, and I try to introduce people who have interesting synergies in a symbiotic way.
Dubai is very unique in that sense. It's just a really good network of people that are very open with each other. What Dubai has taught me is that there's so much potential, and if you are willing to be creative and think outside the box and be adventurous and bold, then I think the possibilities are absolutely endless.